Shalom, shalom, first thing and foremost, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Recha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of the Great Millstone, GMS, who rule well, who teach well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Yahweh Ratazah, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, and just a quick lesson in transit on the way, en route to the plantation. All right, happy when I saw this, man, because they suspended my account for communication for a year. But the mirth is ceasing, man. All right, even the video games, all right, are gonna get it. So I screenshotted this article from CNBC, which of course, Lord willing, if I remember, I'll put it in the description area underneath when you click the title of this video. Okay, I just came across it. It's put recently. All right, 2nd of July, Wednesday, the 2nd of July, 2025. And yeah, Microsoft laying off about 9,000 employees in latest round of cuts. Okay, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure early in the year they're looking to lay off people, or they did lay off some already, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that, but you know, we're gonna expect more of these things to happen. All right, okay, more companies filing for bankruptcy, you see. And a lot of these people in the world, man, they don't understand like the money system and things of that nature. You know, just copy what other people say, hear what other people say, and things of that nature. But you know, we're happy when we see things like this happening, man. All right, because his kingdom is crumbling. It's going down. It's just heading down the drain from here on out. All right, still happy. Just bear with me for a minute. I'm back. Yeah, so again, you know, more job cuts, more restaurants closing down. All right, bank branches closing down, everything. More and more job cuts, man. So Microsoft, key points of this article, it says Microsoft will cut less than 4% of its global workforce across teams, role types, and geographies. Yeah, okay, and it might not seem a lot, but that's still still a significant amount. All right, you see. It says the software company also announced layoffs in May. Yeah, they announced layoffs in May affecting around 6,000 people, so they announced it 2 months ago. Executives are still trying to reduce management layers. So Wednesday, Microsoft said it will lay off around 9,000 employees. The move will affect less than 4% of its global workforce across different teams, geographies, and levels of experience. A person familiar with the matter told CNBC. A person familiar with the matter told CNBC. Okay, and you know, when it comes to laying off, they tend to lay off more newer people as well. All right, maybe it's different in different countries or wherever. All right, or in different companies. You know, since they've just more or less recently started. Okay, the people who've been there longer, you know, they tend to keep hold of them. But either way, a cut's gonna cut. A cut's a cut, and it'll happen to whoever, right? Despite how long, you know, your tenure have been there. So the announcement comes on the 2nd of May. Sorry, reading demon. The announcement comes on the second day of Microsoft's 2026 fiscal year. Executives at the Redmond, Washington-based company typically unveil reorganizations at the time of the new fiscal year. Yeah, so changes happen at that time, man. All right, the new person that bought the company where I work, you know, there's major changes. They said I want to get rid of certain like agency staff. Okay, all right, and these changes are always for the worst. So they said, we continue to implement organizational changes necessary to best position the company and teams for success in a dynamic marketplace, a Microsoft spokesperson said in an email. Microsoft has held several rounds of layoffs already this calendar year. In January, it cut less than 1% of headcount based on performance. The 50-year-old software company slashed more than 6,000 jobs in May and then at least 300 more in June. As of June 2024, it employed 228,000 people. In 2023, it laid off 10,000. Perhaps the largest culling of Microsoft workers came in 2014 when the company eliminated, I never knew this, 18,000 after acquiring Nokia's devices and services business. You see, these devils think they're going to continue to rule, man. Their businesses, their companies, all right? And all that are going to, you know, they just think that they're going to forever rule, like it says in Psalm. Right? The inward thought is that their house shall continue forever. All right, loosely paraphrasing. You see, but hey, everything has an end. All right, better is the end of a thing than the beginning. All right, better is the end of this wicked kingdom that promotes vile things like alphabet community and all that. Okay, unrighteous decrees. You could start a job and you get paid monthly. You're supposed to be, by the scripture says, you're supposed to be getting paid the day you do the work on the same day. All right, I don't know, 2 weeks after and shit like that, fortnightly or monthly. All right, so this system's backward. This is why Yahushua has to come back and destroy it. Women want to start having pity at 45 and things like that. When the prime is when the get the period and things like that. Okay. Things are going to go back to the ancient ways. So, as was the case with the May layoffs, Microsoft is looking to reduce the number of layers of managers that stand between individual contributors and top executives, said the person who asked not to be named while discussing, internal matters. To position gaming for enduring success and allow us to focus on strategic growth areas, we will end or decrease work in certain areas of the business and follow Microsoft's lead in removing layers of management to increase agility and effectiveness. All right, Microsoft reportedly nearly $26 billion in net income and $70 billion in revenue for the March quarter. The numbers were well ahead of Wall Street's consensus, keeping Microsoft ranked as one of the most profitable companies in the S&P 500 index, according to data compiled by FactSet. All right. So yeah, man. Isaiah 19 and 15 talks about there'll be no work for Egypt. America's spiritually Egypt, where the branch or the tail of the rush may do. All right, roughly paraphrasing. Okay. So yeah, the mirth is ceasing. All right, things are coming to a halt. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 3, in the day when the keepers, all right, of the house shall tremble, your economy watchers, all right, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grandeur cease because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. Yeah, we always bring out the scripture, all right, and it's very fitting, okay, and this is being fulfilled, man. This is Bible prophecy. It's happening. You see, all right, it's going to be a dark future for Babylon the Great America, all right. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Yeah, less and less work, less and less employment. All right, AI is taking over. All right, that's doing more work. It's going to be in every sector if it's not already. All right, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. All right, yeah, people are trying to get up early in the morning, set their alarm clock to get up early in the morning. All right, try, get into the employment line to try and look for work. Try and get ahead of the queue. All right, and the entertainment is bad. Music is bad. They're running out of ideas, even with movies and TV shows. A lot of it is just remakes, redo it over. All right, it's just not authentic. Like, it's not all there. You can see it. Music, TV, all that entertainment, it's just not the same. All right. Okay. Look at this. French police / inflatable migrant boat heading to the UK. All right, so, things are happening, man. All right. And we're excited to see this, so just wanted to bring that to your attention. We've got to watch as well as pray, man, and, stay occupied in prophecies. Okay. All right. So, with that, I'll say, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, Bahashem Rakah Kurash forevermore. Shalom to the elect.